All right, so Honda has announced the 2020 ATV lineup, and we already did the Honda Talon video. You should go check that out. That was previous. That thing looks amazing, but I felt like it would be doing a disservice if we didn't also talk about the Honda ATV lineup. So I've got some notes. Here we go. On the new changes and additions. So here it is. Honda has added 43cc to its Foreman and Rubicon lineup. There we go. Good night, everybody. I'm just kidding. This is actually my son's Minecraft drawing. Roll the intro. All right, so first things first. No, I have not demoed these machines yet. This is just an initial impressions, first look kind of video. It just got announced. We haven't been invited by Honda to be there for opening day, so it's just no need to leave that in the comments. We'll get it out the way now. Secondly, we're getting into it. Secondly, I apologize. Behind me is like a terrible mess right now. We're literally halfway through putting a snorkel kit in this CF Moto U-Force, which they don't actually have a kit for, so we're custom doing it all. So it's turning out to be a lot of work. But I did get, check it out. I did get Warrior Riser tips for it. So I think it'll look good when it's all said and done. You know, I'm going to paint them up a little bit. Another video. Another video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start by talking about the Honda Foreman Rubicon. So there really are two main changes to the Rubicon this year. First is the one that I mentioned in the intro. That actually, while it was a joke, it was for real. There's a 43cc displacement, so now the Foreman Rubicon has 518cc. The second big thing they did was improve the reverse lever, which I think it's really awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's really awesome. Not enough to make me go buy a Rubicon, but it's super intuitive feature, and essentially what it allows you to do with the automatic modes is go right from first gear to reverse, or from reverse to first gear. You just skip neutral altogether. I guess there was some issues with the reverse lever in Honda in the past. I wasn't aware of that, but it's a super cool feature. And what else you can do with it that I really think makes sense is it allows you to, if you're say you're coming around a corner and you want to slow down, you could just hit that, downshift one gear, and it'll hold it for like 5 seconds for you, and then just kick back into fully auto. So it'll allow you to downshift, slow you down for that corner, and then it will just take back over after a few seconds and do its thing. So you're not like having to figure out how to go between manual and auto and all that. So that is a pretty cool feature. Here's the other thing that I actually think it totally makes sense for: snow plowing. Because if you ever snow plow with your ATV, you're constantly, you're forward, you're backward, you're forward, you're backward. This, you're literally just boop, 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 boop with the switch. It sounds like that, by the way, boop, boop. It's a super cool feature. I dig it. Now, they've also changed up the metal racks on this. It's a new concept that they seem pretty proud of. Essentially, I think it's kind of a little salesy to show that they did something new, and it takes the Honda Pro line accessory attachments on the kit. So I guess there you go. Speaking of, I don't know what your thoughts are. I'm not a big fan of metal racks. So leave a comment down below and let me know. Maybe I'm the odd man out. I actually prefer the look of plastic wraps. Now, I will say in Honda's defense, they're really more of a workhorse machine, so I understand why they do metal. I think for working around the property or the farm and all that, they're probably better than plastics that you would find on a recreational machine. But I just don't think they look as good. So again, maybe you totally disagree with that. So in addition to that, they've also added like a front utility box that's waterproof. It's it's accessible kind of from where you sit, so you don't have to get off your machine. Cool. I like it. It's nice. Lastly, really quick, I did want to mention colors, and I don't normally talk about colors on new releases because like whoop-de-doo, but I thought this green was super cool, so I just wanted to show you a picture of that. Personally, I think it looks cool. So as far as MSRP on this, it is $7,399. All right, so when it comes to the Fourtrax Foreman, why are we still using the word Fourtrax, by the way? Is there some reason that I'm just not aware, like a history there? Can't we just get rid of the word Fourtrax? Let's shorten the names down. These names they are always getting longer. No one's ever cutting words out. We're just adding more words. Sorry. When we look at the Fourtrax Foreman, you're going to see the same 43cc displacement. So again, 518 cc's. Now this is also going to have the same racks and storage that we previously talked about. And then on the EPS model, it's also going to have that reverse lever option. So it's, again, pretty much otherwise the same machine. MSRP on this one is $7,399. $199. And this is really what Honda considers more so the workhorse of its ATV lineup. So, you know, if you're looking to use it specifically more for work or on the farm, this might be the model for you. All right, so when we move on to the Rancher, not a lot to mention here. There's 8 different models of the Rancher. Some of them have the new improved racks and reverse lever. From there, we move on to the Rincon, where, again, nothing really changes. This is the 675cc model that Honda has. Moving on to the Recon, again, nothing to really say. Moving on to the TRX models, nothing to really say. But that does make me think of Honda. When are we getting like the 400 or the 450 back? Am I the only one that misses the Honda 400 or the 450? Like, those were great bikes. Those were great bikes. Bring them back. All right, so there we go. That's the 2020 Honda lineup. Some small changes, some kind of cool changes, but nothing big. I feel like I would be lying to you if I said there was any massive changes here to be concerned with. So, you know, I like Honda. I really do like Honda. This is kind of another year for them. And for example, I gotta say, leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this. But let's take the Can-Am Outlander. The Can-Am Outlander, I can get a Can-Am Outlander 650. So they're like their lowest bottom of the line model for $1,000 more. So it's a 650. It's got 11 inches of ground clearance. It's a step up, right? For $1,000 more. And similar can be said for the Sportsman, to be honest. I can get the lowest of the line Sportsman under $7,000, by the way, with more CCs, higher ground clearance, and the like. And to be honest, if I want to go even crazier than that, I can go out and if I'm just looking for a basic work around the farm machine or the property, whatever it is, I can get a CF Moto C-Force 400 for $4,300. So now we're way lower than Honda. And I know what you're thinking, like a lot of people call it Chinese crap. I don't know what to say. They've really made a name for themselves worldwide. They're growing more in the States. Their reliability is one of the things they're becoming known for. So, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing some options out there. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I don't expect there to be like this big new thing every year, right? Like Honda has the Talon. I get it. That was the new thing. They're exploding with that. It's awesome. But it's been a grip, Honda, since you've updated your ATV line. And again, I don't expect that every year, but it's been a long time. And I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I think part of the reason, I know I'm rambling, part of the reason that I'm irritated is because I feel like every year it's like a marketing scheme again, right? Like they release these announcements and these things and they're like, look at what we're doing and we've added 43cc and check out this reverse lever. Like, while that's great, they church it up to make it seem like it's all this stuff, and it's Honda. It's the same old ATV, guys. Like, it's a great ATV, but you just churching it up. Like, that's where I'm at. So leave a comment down below. Were you expecting more? Were you hoping Honda was actually doing something massive this year, or did you expect kind of more of the same? Or do you prefer that? Do you prefer, because they are reliable, there is no question that Honda makes a reliable machine. So do you prefer just that kind of normal, reliable machine, and that's one of the reasons you like Honda, and you're totally cool with the fact that they haven't done anything crazy with the ATV lineup in a long time? So leave those comments down below. Let me know where you're at, what your thoughts are. I hope this video was informational. I hope you learned something about the 2020 lineup. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you on the trail. ATV lineup, and we already did the Talon video, like that was last week, or you probably already had before you even saw this video, because not much has changed. Sorry, that was across the line.